There's something about the Minors World Series that is always just insane. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish today. That'll bring us to game two. Now we look at the Discord to see for changes. I'm not seeing anything from the Bears. I'm not seeing anything.
Let's give them a couple
Yeah,
seconds to see if they need any
I'll give
changes.
them yeah, a little bit of time.
Yes, if you are a GM of the Kingpins or the Bears and want to make lineup changes or stamp checks for game number 2, please tell us now.
We got Kingpins typing, so I will hold.
Bears
Stamp
are
check.
also typing.
Okay, so we got the ball 100% rested, Goat Bitsky 100%, Salberg
The
100%.
the Bears are gonna let it ride.
Perfect. Stro is exhausted 6%. Pud Blizzy 100%. Bauer Bottom 100%. DePoyo is 91. Crony is disgustingly exhausted at 0%. Williams is 100%, and Big Yosh is 100%. And that will do it for that. Go back to scores. And yeah, Bears, just let it ride. Brew City, let's ride. We got more
Indeed.
typing from the Kingpin, so I will go ahead and hold. Crony to none specified and avoid high leverage. Boom, that is done. That should be good. Give them one more second to respond, and then we can just move on. Do we have a prediction? We do. Over under total runs, 10.5,
That is a
which,
very high total.
yeah, but in the minors, it's
It'll get there.
almost,
I'm sure it'll get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the over does look a little enticing, especially after the last game.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything more, so I think that will be the only change. So we'll go ahead and go to manage game. I'm going to go ahead and take the Kingpins for this game, and BennyTheJett will take Brew City. On the mound for Chicago is Joanna Salberg, and on the mound for Brew City is Phil Donahue. Uh, Pretty hefty advantage here for the Bears again, but as we saw, Kingpins were a bit clutch there coming up. Who do you got?
I'm taking the Bears again, especially at home.
Is
My heart
this
again
your
is pulling
reverse
for the Kingpins,
psychology thing?
but I'm taking the Bears to win.
Okay.
I'm taking the Bears to win every game until the Kingpins prove me wrong, because they've proved me
Ah,
correct in betting
yes.
against them
Update
so many times
the
before.
scoreboard. I will go ahead and do that. It is Brew City 0 and Chicago 1. I forgot about that. Homer announcers SMH. What? All right, we're gonna go ahead
Nonsense.
and we will go ahead and get this started here. It is Chicago leading it off here. Tony Franzanello, Phil Donahue is on the mound for Brew City. We are still in Brew City as well. We got a bunch of stats coming up. Yay, yay, that's awesome. And here comes the pitch. Franzanello is going to lead this off with a ground out to the shortstop. Gonna bring up hot hitter Eric Belmont, looking to still kill it in this series, and that's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. Kobe Froby Kobe is going to hit one to somewhat shallow right field, and that will be caught for the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Kingpins, and we'll head to the bottom half.
Yeah, we have Jordan Gonzalez leading off for the Bears in the bottom of the first. They're going to do so with a ground out to the first baseman. Greenwall next up, the hot hitting left fielder, my bad. They're going to hit one just out in the outfield. Second baseman's going to play it for out number 2. Belloc Cove is going to get the backwards K. It is a quick 1-2-3 first inning for Brew City.
All right, Jeff Windsor, the number 4 hitter for Chicago, is going to ground out to the shortstop. That'll bring up DeJasper Probencrux. What a name there. And we have our first hit of the ball game right in between the shortstop and third baseman. It's a single. So Shanahan is up now, and that's going to be a stolen base for Probencrux taking second base. Shanahan still up, and that's to right field, and that'll be caught. Runner thought about tagging. That'll bring up Rake Hard, who's going to hit one to the pitcher. That will be a fairly easy third out, stranding that runner on second, and it's still nothing, nothing.
Yeah, low pitch count for Phil Donahue in this one as well. The Multoid Man is going to start out the second with a pop out to second base, ultimately. OOTP Wizard is going to bloop one in for a single. It's going to get just in front of the right fielder. Man out, man down here for a dropped ball, the center fielder. As OOTP Wizard is on the move, they are going to swipe second base. And then drop ball is going to single home the run. Bears are going to take the 1-0 lead in the second inning here. Still only one out. Runner on the move,
Oof.
and then we have an error by the shortstop. That is Jim Copeland Jr. making an error for the Kingpins. 2 men on, 1 man down. There is a skied ball to center field by Bolivar for out number 2. So man's on first and second, 2 down. As Jock Hammer is going to walk to juice the bases for Jordan Gonzalez at the top of the order. As Jordan Gonzalez is going to ground out to third base. That was scary for the Kingpins there. He's hitting 321. But nevertheless, the Bears do have the lead going to the third.
If I were Kingpins fans, I wouldn't be worried just yet because just last game we saw a huge comeback. And speaking of comebacks, we got Barons taking a leadoff walk. Copeland Jr. with the big game last game is going to strike out. Franzanello is going to hit one, and the shortstop just decides to stop playing defense. That'll be a single. So 2 on, 1 out for Eric Belmont, who's going to hit one into shallow left field. The left fielder's just standing there watching it.
They
And
did not send their runner, though. They're
no,
going to
they
be
did not.
juiced.
And it doesn't matter because
Oh,
that's going to be
my.
in the gap from Froby Kobe. And that is going to bring home all 3 bases clearing double from Froby Kobe. And that's a 3-1 lead now for Chicago. Jeff Windsor is going to hit one to the second baseman. That'll move the runner over to third. Now we got 2 outs. Probing Crooks. And it's a balk that's going to bring in the 4th run of the inning.
Only in the
Phil
minors, man.
Donahue balks in a run, and now Probencrux hits one into center field. The balk wouldn't have mattered anyways. That would have drove in the run. It's a 2-out single now. We got Shanahan as Probencrux takes off for second and is safe. Stolen base. Now Shanahan grounds out to the second baseman, and that will finally end this top half of the third. 4 runs come home for Chicago. It's 4-1.
Yeah, let's see if the Bears can dig themselves out of an early hole. Green Wall is going to start the inning off the right way if you're a Bears fan. A single through the middle. It's going to bring up Belloc Cove, who's going to strike out. With 1 out, there's going to be a man on first for Multoid Man, who's going to line out to the first baseman. Very nice play. And then there's an error on a throwback that's going to allow Green Wall to advance to second. Man in scoring position with 2 down, but OOTP Wizard unable to capitalize on that one. Grounds out to shortstop. That's going to end the bottom of the third for Brew City.
All right, we'll see what Chicago can do after that huge inning. It's going to be Ray Card hitting one deep to right center field. That'll be caught by the right fielder. Now we got Minion Barons, and that's going to be to the catcher. Throw to first. That'll be an easy second out. Jim Copeland Jr. up now, and that's into left center field. And that'll be caught, a sliding catch by the center fielder Ball, and that will be a very loud third out for a 1-2-3 inning.
Drop ball is going to lead the inning off after that spectacular catch. They're going to continue their streak of good play. That is going to be extra bases into the corner. It ends up being a double for drop ball to start off the bottom of the fourth. Jackson Johns, the catcher, is up next. They're going to hit a single into center field. It's going to put man on the corners with nobody out. Bases are going to be juiced with no out as Bolivar draws a walk for the bottom of the order. This is scary proposition for the Kingpins. Hammer's going to fly one to center for out number 1. It does allow the runner to tag from third, though, so now it's 4-2. Bears get the second run of the game across the board for them. Jordan Gonzalez is going to be up at the plate. Going to hit another fly ball into deep center. Nobody's going to tag, though. It's out number 2. And then there is a sliding catch by the left fielder. What a play by Jeff Windsor, robbing Green Wall of potentially extra bases and tying the game. But nevertheless, the Bears get a run across in the fourth. It is a 4-2 ball game going to the fifth.
All right, Tony Franzanello is going to lead off this top half of the fifth with a fly out to center field. Going to bring up the hot hitter of Belmont. Already has a hit in this game, and it will stay that way as that is also a fly. What the heck happened there? Okay. Center fielder just whiffed on it, I guess. Froby Kobe up now. and that's in between the shortstop and third baseman, and that all of a sudden is going to add another run to their lead. It's 5-2. What a weird way for that to happen. Jeff Windsor up now with one out, and Windsor teleporting ball.
Physics.
That's
Physics in this game, man.
that's the second out, and Probacrux is going to fly one into left field. That'll drop in front of the left fielder. It's 6-2 now. 2 runs coming home in this top half of the fifth. Shanahan up now, and that's past the third baseman. It's another hit. It's a 2-out single. Now we got runners on first and second. Ray Card up, and Ray Card is going to hit one into center field, and that one's going to drop, bringing home another run. It is 7-2. Already, Kingpins have a massive lead, 5-run lead. Barron's trying to add on to that more. Throw to second, and this inning finally comes to an end. 3 more tacked on for Chicago. It is 7-2.
Yeah, the over bet's starting to look real good too. Belloc Cove though, looking to start digging out of the hole for the Bears. Not doing so with a ground out to second. Multoid Man is due up, and that is a blast into left. Unfortunately, he got just under it a little bit too much. It ends up being a flyout to the left fielder. OOTP Wizard with 2 down is going to get the backwards K strikeout looking for Bauer Bottom, who enters the game. 7-2 as we go to the 6th inning.
It's
Kingpins
me.
in the lead.
Jim Copeland Jr. now is going to lead it off for the Kingpins, and he's going to take a leadoff walk. Tony Franzanello is going to hit one up the middle, diving play by the second baseman, but it doesn't matter. He beats it out. It's an infield hit. Runners on first and second, still no outs for Belmont. That's the second base, and they redeem themselves by getting a double play after that. All of a sudden, 2 outs, make it 3 from the Froby Kobe strikeout, stranding that runner on third. That could have been a huge inning, but it stays 7-2.
Yeah, we have drop ball leading off for the Bears in the 6th with an tap out to the pitcher. That's going to bring up Jackson Johns, the catcher, who's going to ground out to the third baseman. Quick 2 down here for Javier Bolivar, the DH. He's going to hit one into left center field. He's going to get under it just a little bit too much. It's not going to quite drop for out number 3. Quick 1-3 inning for the Bears. To the 7th, Kingpins up 7-2.
Cleanup guy for the Kingpins is Jeff Windsor, who's going to lead it off. You wish the bases were loaded for that one, but it's good as gone. That is home run number 3 in the playoffs for Jeff Windsor. 389 feet to tack on another run for Chicago. It is 8-2. Let's see what Probin Crux can do after that one. It's going to be a strikeout. Now we've got Shanahan up with 1 out, and that's to third base. And that's going to be an infield single for Shanahan. So 1 on 1 out for Rake Hard. New pitcher in for Brew City is Gerard Slams, who immediately comes in and gets the double play. Very clutch from them. But another run comes home. It's 8-2.
Yeah, we have 9-1-2 due up for the Bears here, though. So top of the order is going to get an at-bat, which should be good for them. The 9-hitter is going to start with a tapper to the pitcher for out 1, though. Jordan Gonzalez is going to get one through between short and third for out number, or for reaching first base, my bad. Sorry, I'm stroking out today. Green Wall is going to advance the runner to third via a single of his own. 1 down, runners on the corners for Belloc Cove, who's going to hit a tapper to the pitcher for the double play. The Bears are unable to squeeze a run across the board. That is brutal. What a turn by Bauer Bottom.
How
Now we
clutch
go
is
to the
that?
8th.
All right, we got Minion Barons leading it off with a single, the 14th hit for Chicago in this ball game. Jim Copeland Jr. is going to have a walk to first base. That'll be first and second. No outs. Tony Franzanello. That's to center field. That's going to get down, and that's going to bring home another run and make us hit the over on our predictions. So we can go ahead and pay that one out. It is a 9-2 ball game. Belmont is going to hit one to right field. That'll be caught by the... What the heck? That's the second time this has happened, but that'll bring in another run, I guess. It's 10-2? Why does
Yeah,
this
that
always happen to
animation's
me?
so weird for OTP.
I was just calling out, and it was not. Windsor is going to take a walk. We got 1 out, bases loaded for Probin Crux. And Probin Crux is going to strike out. Clutch pitching there by Chapman. I'll bring up Shanahan. Shanahan hits one to the first baseman, and that will strand all 3 of those base runners on base. And yet again, a weird RBI there from Chicago. It's 10-2.
Well, if there ever a time for a massive comeback, this would be it. Multi-man not starting that comeback so far, though. I'm going to strike out for out number 1 of the 8th inning. It's going to bring up OOTP Wizard, who is going to hit a lazy fly ball to center field for out number 2. Drop ball with 2 down, nobody on. Hitting 308 in the series, though, which is really excellent. Not improving that batting average here, though. They're going to fly out to left field. We're going to have last ups. We go to the 9th, 10-2 Kingpins.
Last chance for a little bit of insurance. Not sure if it's really needed, but Ray Card says, screw that. I'm going to go hit anyways. There's second hit of the ball game. We got a runner on first for Barons, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So Hard takes off for second, and that'll be a ground out to the second baseman by Barons. And bring up Jim Copeland Jr. with the runner on third. That's a ground ball to third. Infield hit, no throw. And that'll bring in another runner. So it's 11-2. Tony Franzanello trying to keep it going, and that'll be a pop out taken in by the shortstop for the second out. Eric Belmont now already has 3 hits, and it will stay that way. Throw to second, third out. And we're going to need quite the comeback here from Brew City, but I've seen crazier things happen.
Oh, as have I. Last ups for the Bears here. They need 9 runs to keep playing, 10 to walk it off. Jackson Johns is going to start the inning out with a strikeout. It's going to bring up the 8-hitter, Javier Bolivar. And the DH is also going to strike out. Bauer Bottom has thrown 62 pitches in this one, and they are continuing to deal. And then Jacques Hammer is going to pop out to the third baseman. That's going to end the game. The Kingpins are going to win 11-2. What an outing for Bauer Bottom in this one.
It had to
And
be
the
Bauer
Bears,
Bottom.
yeah, the Bears just really struggled to generate outs and were not able to keep up with the offense of the Kingpins.
Indeed, that graph pretty heavily stayed in favor of the Kingpins, especially after that big 5th inning there, getting 3 runs. Taking a look at the box score, everybody for the Kingpins getting at least a hit. I mean, there's nobody even to really name it. Kobe with those 4 RBIs, 2 hits, probably your best guy. Bruce City, not a ton of offense. Multi-hit days there from Greenwall, dropped ball, and Johns. Uh, 8 hits, just could not bring anybody home. Down here at the pitching, Sahlberg had a decent outing, only giving up 2 runs. Bauer Bottom obviously coming in pretty clutch there in relief, takes the W. Donahue gets the loss over there for Bruce City. And your player of the game is Kobe Froby Kobe. Bauer Bottom is the greatest pitcher of all time. Remember, HO tried to get rid of him. Never forget. All right, we're gonna go
Never
ahead and
forget.
never forget. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and finish today.
We have
And
FYI both teams wanting stamp checks.
yeah, well, I'm gonna make sure I get it up to game day.